My transphobic sister outed me to our religious parents, so I made sure everyone discovered her secret life. My older sister Sarah was always the golden child with perfect grades, perfect church attendance, perfect daughter. She specialized in performative Christianity, posting Bible verses while judging everyone who didn't meet her standards. But her favorite target? Anyone who didn't fit her narrow definition of normal. She'd whisper about the gay couple at church, mock anyone with colored hair, and once told our cousin's autistic son he was possessed for stimming during service. I knew exactly who she was, but I kept my distance and my secrets. When I came out as trans to Sarah privately at 22, hoping for support, she pretended to be understanding. "I'll pray for you," she said, hugging me. 2 days later, she told our parents I was confused and mentally ill. They kicked me out that night. No discussion, no question, just get your things and don't come back. Sarah stood behind them, shaking her head sadly like she hadn't orchestrated the whole thing. But it got worse. She posted on Facebook about loving the sinner, hating the sin, and how she was mourning the loss of her brother. She told extended family I was on drugs, that being trans was just my latest cry for attention. She even contacted my employer with concerns about my mental stability. I lost my job, my family, and had to start over in a new city. Meanwhile, Sarah got praised for handling such a difficult situation with grace. 3 years later, I was finally stable. New job, chosen family, legally transitioned. Then I got a call. Grandma was dying and wanted to see me. I drove 5 hours home, only to be turned away at the hospital by Sarah. "This is a family matter," she said loudly, making sure the nurses heard. "And you're not family anymore." Security escorted me out while she smirked. Grandma died 2 hours later. I never got to say goodbye. That smirk. That's when something shifted in me. I wasn't sad anymore. I was calculating. I knew Sarah had built her entire identity on being the perfect Christian daughter. But perfect people don't exist. They just hide better. So I hired a private investigator. What he found was beautiful. Sarah had a secret apartment across town where she lived her actual life. The conservative Christian influencer who condemned deviant lifestyles? She was in a polyamorous relationship with 2 married men. The same woman who called me mentally ill for being trans was hosting swinger parties. She had a whole separate Instagram under a fake name, documenting her liberation journey. The PI got photos, screenshots, even video from public events she attended. 3 years of evidence showing exactly who Sarah really was. I didn't expose her immediately. First, I created an anonymous blog called Christians in the Wild that celebrated local faith leaders. I featured Sarah prominently, her real Instagram posts about purity, her church testimonies, her modest fashion tips. She shared it proudly, not realizing what was coming. Then, during her big moment, she was receiving the church's Young Woman of Virtue award. I updated the blog. Side-by-side comparisons. Sunday Sarah versus Saturday Sarah. Her purity post next to her in lingerie at a sex club. Her testimony about traditional marriage next to her with both boyfriends. Her condemning me as confused next to her own post about exploring her authentic sexuality. The church's Facebook page had shared the blog link that morning, praising their spotlight on Sarah. By the time she gave her acceptance speech, hundreds had already seen the update. I watched the live stream as people started checking their phones, whispering, showing each other screens. Sarah noticed the shift, stumbled over her words. Someone shouted, "Hypocrite!" Her face went white. She ran off stage. That was 18 months ago. Sarah lost everything she'd built her identity on. The church excommunicated her. Our parents, the same ones who disowned me for being trans, disowned her for embarrassing the family. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Her Christian influencer accounts hemorrhaged followers. Both boyfriends' wives found out, leading to 2 messy divorces she got dragged into. Last I heard, she was working at a gas station 3 towns over, using her middle name. She tried reaching out once, sending a long message about how I ruined her life over a misunderstanding. I didn't respond. She made sure I couldn't say goodbye to Grandma. I made sure everyone said goodbye to the fake person she pretended to be.